Hey, I'm Steve Post with Wing Nation, and this is our Dry Dean Salute to Champions. This time, we're going to talk about the MOA Series. A MOA Series founded in 2011 and centrally based around Springfield, Illinois. The home track is Jacksonville Speedway. Friday night, 410 racing action at Jacksonville. And if you follow along, you can follow that on Dirt Vision. They're one of the weekly tracks that do the Dirt Vision program, but they promote the MOA Series working around Jacksonville. There's 410 Sprint Car Series racing in Illinois, Missouri, Iowa, and Indiana. Over the course of time since 2011, Jared Hall is a 5-time champion, but other champions in the series, Parker Price Miller, Brad Loyette, Jacob Patton, Paul Nienheiser, and Corey Wyatt also won historically. And this year, 9 races they were able to put together, 4 of them at Jacksonville, 2 at Tri-City over in Pontoon Beach, Illinois, 1 at Lee County, 1 at Lincoln, and 1 at Spoon River, and the champion was Zach Daum. And Zach joins us here on our Dry Dean Salute to Champions.
Pride. Passion.
Performance.
We are.
We are Team Dry Dean.
It is our Dry Dean Salute to Champions, the MOA Series out in the Midwest. And joining us is the champion of the MOA Series, Zach Daum, joins us. Hello, Zach. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing well. Everything is good here. Winning the MOA Championship. You're a midget guy. You're a non-wing guy. Got into the sprint cars, got into the wing sprint cars, if you will, and looks like you put together a pretty solid season there on the MOA Tour.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It didn't win any races, but we were consistent. Obviously you want to win races, but there was halfway the middle part of the schedule we ran a 360 because my 410 was down, and so it wasn't easy to win it, but we did what we had to do to put ourselves in a position to win it. So I hate racing for championships. It just kind of sucks the fun out of it at times, but at the end of the year, it is nice and rewarding to win a championship.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As a guy that's gone out and won so many races, the transition from you, and you and I chatted at Millbridge a few weeks ago. Describe to me the reason, the transition that you've done more wing sprint car racing. I think you've done 16 410 races and some other. Why the transition to wing sprint cars recently?
I just think it's more or less cheaper for me to go sprint car racing than midget racing. That's a big reason. There's just as much sprint car racing back home. We can, Jacksonville, they have the whole MOA show. They have a MOA deal. And then they have some run weekly for $2,000, which is the same as a midget purse. And it's cheaper to go run a sprint car. So it just makes more sense to do more sprint car racing. And then, of course, I love sprint cars. I love midget racing. That's where my heart's always been. But financial sense and where your heart isn't always the best scenario. So you kind of gotta your heart doesn't pay the bills. So you gotta do what's financially viable for us to do, and sprint car racing is more viable than midget racing.
How from a driving perspective, what are the biggest differences between the styles of racing between the two?
I didn't grow up racing wing stuff. I was always a non-wing guy.
Right,
so for me to transition into wing stuff, it was really, really difficult. I still make a lot of bad habits. I can get away with bad habits on quarter miles and little racetracks. I can get away with pitching the car too hard and just doing non-wing type stuff, and I get away with it there. But like going on big tracks, it is really difficult. Wing cars, non-wing cars, you drive with the right rear, and you feel the right rear. You can manhandle those cars a little bit more. Where a wing car, you're keeping your arms tucked, turn the wheel, you don't get out the throttle, you drag the brake, difference. And just taking me a while and I'm still not very good on big tracks with it. I still can get by with it on short tracks, but I still got a lot of learning to do on 3/8 and half miles.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. It's a little more precision with that wing and everything as far as that goes. Do you want to continue doing more of it? Do you see yourself trending in that direction as you move forward?
I don't know. Yes, I mean, not to say I don't want to. I'd love to do an AllStar Deal where you could really get around and race on a lot of different racetracks, and I think that would really help my learning curve. And it's just my problem is I've raced too much stuff. One weekend I'm running non-wing, and there's been nights I've ran non-wing and wing the same weekend and changing motors and cars. And if I really wanted to get serious about wing racing, I would just not race midgets, park non-wing stuff, and just do solely wing stuff and get better at that. It's just so hard for me to do that where I'm located without joining up and doing the AllStar Deal or something like that to that nature. But as of now, that's not in the cards. So I just continue to do whatever's closest and pays the most every weekend.
Well, that sounds like the plan. That's for sure. So busy off season. I know we've actually caught you. You're headed out west. You're on your ride out west, and not going to New Zealand this year. It doesn't look like, but no doubt with all the midget and non-wing stuff, it sounds like you're going to have a busy off season as well.
Yeah. We'll do these 9 races out here. We'll do the Dome, maybe shootout, definitely Chili Bowl. And then after that, we're going to focus on getting our stuff ready to go to Florida. I think I'm going to take my non-wing car and my wing car, plus run the midget down there. So hopefully go down there for 2 or 3 weeks. And it's cold at home, so I don't really want to be at home in February. So we'll try to go down there and race there too. So I got my motors getting rebuilt now, or started tearing them apart now, and I got some other things in the works with my business. So got to make sure all that's taken care of. And once that's done, we'll focus on Florida after that.
What is your business? What's the real job?
I started a speed shop a year ago, and so sell a lot of modified parts. That's what we have around home. So we build cars, we build micros, build midgets, build sprint cars for guys. Sell a lot of sheet metal and ball joints and control arms and stuff that I don't really even know where the hell it goes to, but it's on their modified. So it's something to make a living. And I just recently purchased an engine shop. We're in the process of moving that into my shop, and so that's going on right now, and it's full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead with the business, full steam ahead with the boy, your baby there, your son.
Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you what, sounds like you got a plate full, that's for sure, Zach.
Yeah, it's I hate to get bored, so I don't ever find myself being bored. So it's a lot of work, it's hectic, but I enjoy it. So it's just gotta keep plugging along and try to figure out what's the next step and what to do to make life a little easier.
No doubt. Well, we appreciate you taking some time on your journey here, joining us on our Salute to Champions. Congratulations on the MOA Championship. And I know our paths are crossed. We wish you the best in the racing between now and then.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go. Zach Daum joining us here on our Dryden Salute to Champions.
Pride. Passion.
Performance.
We
are Team Dryden.
We appreciate Zach taking some time out. He was traveling across the country, so we had a decent Zoom signal, but not a great Zoom signal. So we appreciate that. And that's what it is when you deal with racers, boy. I'll tell you, it was funny talking a little behind the scenes. When we were in the middle of the pandemic, we used Zoom calls with the iRacing because everybody was home because we could have a good signal. What we learned is during the race season, Zoom calls on the road sometimes are challenging. And so we appreciate you and appreciate Zach being able to jump on with us and just appreciate you hanging in there over the course of that Zoom interview. They're a little tricky when we're on the road, but it's all good. Great to hear from our champions. When we look at the MOA series this year, Zach was the champion. Jake Newman was second. Jacob Patton was third. Jeremy Standers was fourth. And Ayrton Senna. I've called him that every time I've mentioned his name. Ayrton Geniton was fifth. And Ayrton Geniton, I just consider a success because I got his name right the first time, won 5 times this season. Jake Newman won twice. Brandon Hanks and Paul Nienheiser were also winners on the tour this season. The MOA series out in the Midwest, out near Springfield, Illinois, in that area. Some great racing. One of the great tours. If you find yourself out in that area, make sure you check out one of the MOA races next year. And we appreciate Zach Daum for joining us here on our Dryden Salute to Champions here on Wing Nation.